What's up, crypto kids, profit seekers? How y'all doing today? Just coming at you from the wider crypto sphere. Gonna try to update you on a few different things, drop a bunch of alpha on your head, and for those who want to keep up and keep informed, this might be a good little good little dash of freaking information for you. And you know, I'll probably get, which probably means you're not watching this on YouTube, right? You're probably watching this on BitChute. I now get more views on BitChute than I get on YouTube. As you probably know, they canceled my backup channel. Even most people have a backup channel, no problem. Mine got deleted recently with like no recourse to get it back up. Like there's no one for me to even talk to. It's as if the channel never even existed. This is my fourth YouTube channel I've gone through. Now, I lost an early channel because I used to talk a lot about the accredited investor distinction and contract law and all sorts of stuff and involving with crypto, and that channel got removed early on when I was basically just doing news, and I lost that backup channel. I lost another YouTube channel, and then of course when Oracle, you know, sent him and all his group after me for calling him out for a bunch of scamming stuff that he did, and I lost a channel that way. So I just, you know, but I get more hits on right now. I get more hits on BitLink, BitTube, and BitChute than I get on my main channel on YouTube. And my backup channel that had just got taken down had grown bigger than my main channel in like a few months. I had more subscribers and I get more hits on that channel. That's the one they took down. It was called the Passive Aggressive Income Champion. It's gone now. I might start another one, but yeah, YouTube is a funny little censorship site. Anyway, Bitcoin price 44,000, so pretty nice. Was down to 42.1 today, and so, you know, typical nice dripping with volatility as you expect. We have less than 2 billion now into the total market. We're at 1.97 trillion. Excuse me, I meant trillion, not billion there. And for the 1 day, where the total market's up 4.47%. On the 7 day, we are down we're still up 4 points. There we are, down 7.65%. And for the month, down 8%. And for the year, of course, we're up a lot, right? 81% increase in the overall market. So looking pretty good there. First, let's stop by the Kusama parachains. There's been a lot going on with the parachain and slot auctions and all that good stuff. Who do we got going right now? We have this Hikyo Finance, Altar, and Kintsugi with the Kint token. Now, the projects that I really wanted to push and go for was Genshiro and the Crust Shadow Network. Neither one of those look like they're going to be able to make it. However, you know, adding some Kusama to this Genshiro may not be a bad idea because they're the only ones who are giving rewards simply for participating, right? You'll get your KSM back and get the rewards just for dropping in there. So if you didn't want to actually lock your KSM up for 48 weeks, you know, a good little play to get something would be to drop into the Genshiro crowd loan, and you can get like 100 gens just per KSM that you contribute. So pretty cool. And if they did end up winning, you'd get the 4,800 gens. They are giving 20% of their total allocation, and that's what we're looking for, is ones that give higher percent in the crowd loan, because it means that they have less VCs and less big money. Like this Hikyo Finance, this is garbage. This has nothing to do with this is like the proof that big, major, rich VCs can come in and buy their position, because they don't have a lot of, you know, the money that's involved is big here, right? Because these are VC people, and so they may be able to come in and push past Altar and Kintsugi, which they've just done, and it's too bad. We really would like to see this Kint launched on Kusama, because then we would have a bridge, a Bitcoin bridge. We don't really need Hikyo Finance. They are, like I said, they're a total VC project. They're giving next to nothing to people contributing. Look at this. They give 2.5% of the total allocation to the crowd loans. All the rest is for big whales. When you look at these other ones, you know, like Kilt giving 3% total allocation. Wouldn't touch it myself. 30%. Now you're talking. That's why Calamari won, and that's why Calamari is doing well. 15% of total for Basilic. Now, Altar or Kinsigi, which is where I'm going to be dropping my KSM, because I want to help beat these, these rich dudes here. These guys are giving 15.8% and 10%. So I'm going to drop into either one of those. Might drop my, and I'm just kind of waiting to the last minute, and that would be today and tomorrow. So, you still have some more time for the next auction, but to try to kick Hikyo out before they, grab and have confirmed themselves to spot. And none of the smaller guys, no small players, none of the people participating in these crowd loans that are like on the smaller level, right? Us guys want to see Hikyo Finance win. You're basically saying, I want, the powers that be, I want rich and corruption to take the lead here. And of course we don't. So there's been a lot of great drama going on with the Kusama loans. Like, the Kinsigi was so far behind, they had nothing going on, and then look at this big boost. They jumped up. That's all freaking from crowd. And then Hikyo comes in with their big giant piles of money and deep billionaire pockets and pushes themselves right back over the top. So we'll see what goes on, but doesn't look like Pokesmith has a chance. Doesn't look like Genshiro's has a chance. Crest definitely doesn't have a chance. So our only bets to beat Hikyo right now are Altair and Kint. So that's where I'll be going from there. Let's stop by Twitter and go through a couple tweets. BitTorrent Chain will provide global mainstream blockchains with practical scaling solutions by which barriers among different blockchain networks will be locked down. BTT is just with this last dip, it seriously dipped. And with all the major stuff we got going on now, I am buying into BitTorrent. I'm not selling a single BitTorrent that I have. Tron stayed pretty firm, stayed up above 9 cents during this whole couple crashes we had. But BitTorrent took a big dip. That is a major play in my opinion, and I think in the future that this BitTorrent is going to be, they're basically doing like a dot thing, Cosmos thing, right? Where they will be basically like a layer 0 and have a bunch of layer 1s underneath them, right? Dot is not a layer 1. Kusama is not a layer 1. They are layer 0s. So when you see like, Moon River or Moonstar or some of these different places come in, those actually become L1s. They have their own blockchain, right? And the reason you have these blockchains locked into DOT is because unlike Ethereum, where if something goes wrong with one single company or whatever, you can't just unplug the blockchain, right? However, with DOT, you could basically unplug the blockchain, fix whatever it is, and then plug it back into the hub, which is similar to what Cosmos does. And it's very similar to what BitTorrent will be doing. And so look for major plays from the Tron network coming through BitTorrent. Have you ever had your crypto in the have you ever sold your crypto in the USD and has it deposited into your bank account? Yes, 34%. No, 27%. Nice try, IRS, 38.7%. Here's the Genshiro crowd loan. Doing all things that existing DeFi primitives do, but with less risk and cross-chain manner. The Kusama parachain auction is live, and Genshiro announced coverage of up to 50% in case of KSM downslide. So if KSM drops, they're going to pay you in Gens tokens 50% of the amount of no one else is doing that, of the amount that the KSM went down. They're going to make that up to you in Gens, or Gens, however you say it, which it doesn't actually look like they are going to win. Syntropy, I'm super bullish on Syntropy. In the future, that is going to be one major play. Justin Sun said right during the Evergrande stuff, don't panic, I'm buying the dip. I will buy assets from Evergrande. Pretty funny. Tron Squad, TRX is cementing itself as a serious Bitcoin and Ethereum contender. The stats don't lie. Tron Network is one of the most used blockchains in the world. You can hate all you want, but the foundation is being laid to make it easier to access and use Tron. Pretty nice. El Salvador bought the dip, 150 new coins. That gives them 700 coins total. HyperDAO, I'm going to give you a little something right here. This will be big. This will be institutional. This is a institutionally manipulated coin, and I assume that this is going to go up by quite a bit because I know the players behind it. The same players behind Hcash and Hyperfund and MOF and Hypermining and a whole bunch of other cryptos. And even when the entire market is dropping, MOF, the people with the deep pockets, because they do whale games with that coin, you know, pumping it up, dropping the price, shorting it, longing it, all that stuff. And they keep all of us hyper fund members happily paid doing those things, and we're all happy about it. HyperDAO is one of their projects, and it's going to be like their DeFi hub. And like I said, they got big money, and so I imagine this will go up quite a bit. And it seems like they have been pushing the price down in order to gather it all up before they rocket this thing, which is very much what whales do and what these whales are doing. HyperDAO, all in DeFi, building a decentralized financial service ecosystem, including decentralized stablecoins, crowdfunding, asset management, DEX, and more. So pretty interesting. And these people have recently had to, you know, they were centered and setting themselves up to be like the biggest, you know, official with like China backing. So, you know, with China pushing them out, this thing, price suppression was pretty great. So I have been loading in here. It did take a nice jump up, but then was pushed down with the recent news, and I bought some more. So we are in a war against Bitcoin, says Turkey's president. What a that guy. War is now trading on PancakeSwap, which means wrapped R. So you can get R on PancakeSwap. There is staking. There is, you know, they got DEX tools, all of it. So now that we're on PancakeSwap with R, big things. I will probably be doing another video showing you, you know, I know everyone knows how to use PancakeSwap. There are a few people who don't, and maybe they want to stake their R over there, and might just show you how to do that. I just want everything and everyone to go back to normal. It's so strange how controversial this is. True enough. Here's that HyperDAO again. Innovative crowdfunding methods. Join liquidity mining pools. Have a say in how the platform operates. Support high-quality projects. Enjoy total transparency. Yeah, so I'm buying that. That is going to be a big play. UMB, as I'm sure you know, has had some... Oh, this one's pretty good. Crust Network. We're excited to announce that the Crust Network is bringing decentralized storage solutions to Ox Polygon. That's pretty big. This Crust Network will be able to do any amount of storage movement, completely private, completely, you know, to where no one will know, for businesses, for whatever. Say you had a huge amount of data that you need to transport from one giant corporation that maybe you bought or something, and you want to move it over into, you know, send it over to split that data up, send it over to 4 or 5 different corporations. You don't want anyone to know. You don't want anyone, you know, you want it to be completely certified on the blockchain, trustless and all that. Then this would be a good way to go. They have a whole bunch going on at Crust. One reason I really like them is the supply is super low for Crust. And the price is at all-time low right now. So I was happily picking it up under $40. I am now just picked up some at $24, and I have some open orders at $21. I can't see it going lower than that, but we will certainly see, won't we? SEC Chair Gensler says private forms of money are not sustainable in the long run. Of course, Federal Reserve notes are privately issued, aren't they? Seriously, how brave is that whistleblower on the Project Veritas video? Pretty brave. Stop saying X. It will never go. Stop saying X will never go below Y a grin. Just cringe AF. Yeah, pretty cringy. Looking to buy the dip, but can't decide which token? Relax, we got you covered. BuyChain will cover all of the bases you need to cover any bounce scenario. So when the whole thing bounces, just by holding this BuyChain token, one of the ETF coins from BuyShares, you know, if FTM bumps, AVAX bumps, the coin goes up. Bison bumps, the coin goes up. ADA bumps, the coin goes up. Matic, ETH, this is a pretty killer ETF, and it holds 1 to 5% of Bison, which will seriously help the price. Bison is at an all-time low right now. I am looking to pick up some more of that, and I actually, because I am in the BNB Bison pool, as Bison went down more than BNB went down, I actually got more Bison that way. So pretty cool. You know, that's when your LPs are working for you. So Elizabeth Warren's office has allegedly confused a top DeFi protocol with a failed 2016 decentralized autonomous organization experiment, because, you know, she's so good at research. Central banking is evil. Modern home, $1,100, right? You could have all of that shipped to you like Montgomery Ward style, and you could build your own home. And but clearly, since you know, the banks have control of the money supply, it's not going to. Now, HPB Foundation. Let's talk about HPB real quick. They got a lot going on. I've actually doubled my exposure. I'm sitting at about $4,000 worth of HPB. HPB has got so much going on. It's crazy. They have launched their own DEX. They are, you know, really ramping this thing up to try to become a major competitor. They haven't done any paid advertising whatsoever, only word of mouth. But this is an old school project that, you know, every few days they have, and it has been for a long time, for like years, every few days they have an announcement released here on Twitter. These guys have never, ever stopped working, and that's the type of thing I like to see. So right now they're coming into NFT space in a huge way. They're coming into DeFi in a huge way. And when, you know, gaming really does take over, the high-powered blockchain will be the freaking gaming, you know, for higher end gaming stuff. This will be the way to go. So there's been a lot going on with HPB, and I'm super bullish. Like I said, they launched this DEX, and if you had HPB in your wallet, I have all of mine over on KuCoin. You got HP DEX airdrop to you. It's too bad about missing that one, but yeah, lots and lots of big things going on for the high-powered blockchain, and it's nice to see. I hope we see a lot more coming from the future, which I'm sure we will. Here was something that helped send Umbrella Network up, right? Even when the whole market was crashing, I was buying Umbrella Network under 20 cents. It's now up to like 50 cents. I actually sold I took half of my initial position out, right? So I put in like $1,000 when it was under 20 cents. It's now worth about $3,000 something. I sold $500 of that and helped purchase some file mining contracts from Hyperfund. But this is a pretty major announcement, which has helped them kind of rocket up help their price jump, right? UMB acquires ad tech oracle Go Lucidity, whose clients include Hyundai, KFC, Decentai, Xander, and more. UMB will become the largest decentralized oracle in the world based on transaction volume. So these guys should be the #2 competitor against Chainlink. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. They're, you know, it's not the highest. The market cap is low. The tokenomics are where you want them, and they are working their asses off, and you can stake their coins for like 0.2% a day on the Ethereum blockchain. But what is really cool about this is what I plan to do with my Umbrella, is why I'm not staking it now, is because this is the ERC20 token, and I'm slowly building up ERC20 tokens. I'm going to send this over, put it in my MetaMask, and then when Richard Hart freaking does the when Richard Hart launches PulseChain and does the snapshot, all your ERC20 tokens in your wallet are going to be duplicated over there. So you want to have as many tokens as possible. Every ERC20 token that you can get your freaking hands on, you want to get over there in your wallet. Don't send it over there 2 days before the launch, you know, because the gas fees just from everyone sending their ERC20s from exchanges to their wallets are going to be crazy. You're going to pay hundreds of dollars in gas. Look for times when the gas is low, you know. Check the gas prices, and when the gas is low, get your MetaMask loaded up with your coins. So I want to load up a whole bunch of Umbrella onto my MetaMask so that I will have P Umbrella, right? Because everything that gets copied over onto PulseChain, which, you know, when that launches, you're going to get a copy of it. So you want to have all your ERC20s, as many as you can, off of exchanges in your MetaMask. And then you will get P UMB or P whatever ERC20 you got will be copied over onto the PulseChain. You want that. That's free crypto. Even if it takes a year for all that to realize its value, it is the biggest no-brainer, double your money freaking situation ever. Whatever coins you got, if they're ERC20, don't get rid of them until after the PulseChain. Send all your coins over to your MetaMask wallet so you will get copies of them. Now, you see a lot of people are doing it with Hex. They're buying Hex, they're buying Hex, they're buying Hex, and they're sending it over to their MetaMask. They're waiting for PulseChain, and they want to get that copy, right? Because what's going to happen is Hex is not going to have a rating. It's just going to be regular Hex. And then the Hex that's over here on Ethereum is going to be turned into eHex. So I think Hex will drop a little ways. I know people don't want to hear me say that, but I think it should have a little dump after PulseChain launches, because people are loading up on that Hex. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every day loading into Hex. They're going to sell some of that off. So, you know, when the PulseChain launches, what I think is a great idea is, instead of picking up a bunch of Hex, pick up all the ERC20 tokens that you love, because they're not likely to crash afterward. Again, not financial advice or anything like that, just what I'm doing, right? So then I want to get all of my ERC20s over onto my MetaMask so that they're copied on the PulseChain. I don't think that they will have much of a dump afterward. It's where I think Hex will. However, I still, you know, got some Hex that I'm getting over there to make sure that we're good to go. Grim Finance has so much going on. Grim Finance is one of the best aggregators on the Phantom blockchain, and they are really awesome. Probably gonna do a full in deep detail, but look at these pools. They just keep launching regular pools all the time. And these guys, you know, they're auto compounders. They use a bunch of other farms on Phantom to basically auto compound and get you your some sick returns. Twitter announced its new BTC tipping service, and the bulls are loving it. I mean, you gotta admit, it's pretty damn big when it's pretty damn big. Bitcoin, you know, instant payment rail anywhere. Pretty interesting. Energy, they are, you know, they got that swap feature that's basically free, and they got a great swap. I just can't wait till they get some freaking pools and some other stuff going on on energy. Here's some craziness. Would you do that to your cat? Oh my gosh. Like, it's people torture. It's human torture. It's not good at all. Who's your money on? Pretty easy for me. Integrity Network. They're very similar to, they were going for a crowd loan, and they're not going to make it. They have no chance. So, but they are a great network, and I would have actually been glad to support them because they don't have two separate tokens. They're giving the same coin on Kusama as they're giving on DOT, and I like that a lot. Laugh out loud when people hate on China Bitcoin FUD, but they were the ones pumping Bitcoin for years. Yes, China did pump Bitcoin for us for years. Thank you, China. Added filter pool and fixed bugs on the Fala app. Fala is always working and always doing stuff, and they are already on Kusama. They want to crowdload in the first chunk. So here was another recent announcement from the Tron Foundation. It's a significant milestone that TRX ETN is officially listed on the Deutsche Börse something. The listing of the TRX ETN will facilitate the trading of TRX ETN in 14 EU countries such as Switzerland, Netherlands, and France. And it's pretty interesting, this whole article or this whole announcement and what they've done. It's different, and getting yourself into normal markets and having their liquidity added to you. It's pretty interesting. Just had a great workout. Please work out too, so that my workout will work.
I'm exclusive of Naive, and I'm not a politician. I don't want to speak on politics, but what he's doing for Bitcoin, I think, is tremendously brave and inspiring. And the people that want it to fail, I think, are absolutely disgusting. I think access to sound money and an ability to save and grow your wealth is a fundamental human right. And having access to a monetary network that acts in your best interest and that doesn't gatekeep access to high quality and charge you large fees and put you in danger. I think having access to a free, fair monetary payment standard is also a fundamental human right. And so I think Naive is not only acting in the best interest of his country, but he's acting in the best interest of humanity in his efforts with Bitcoin. And people like Steve Hanke honestly reminds me of like a sour ex-girlfriend. It's like, you know, having your ex find a happy life somewhere else and being pissed off about it. Get over yourself. It's insecurity. It's disgusting. And Bitcoin is an opt-in system. It's not required or mandated on anything. It's an open network. And the fact that it's improving people's lives and that makes you upset in a way in which you have to maliciously act against it is absolutely disgusting. And as a principled man, people like that should be ashamed. They should be ashamed. As a businessman, fine. But as a principled man, don't get in the way of people improving the quality of their life in such a way that hasn't been done in over 200 years. It's absolutely disgusting and shameful.
He's probably thinking about other girls. Gensler, ooh boy, I'm gonna protect them so hard. And I want to say something here that, like, you know, I've delved deep into contract law and different stuff for many years, and I just want to let you know that when they say investors, they're not talking about you. When they say protecting investors, and you see all these crypto channels confused as hell. You know, digital asset news is one of the worst. He always says, well, they're trying to protect us. Gary wants to protect us. He's doing this because he's protecting investors, and he thinks that he's one of them. They're not talking about you. Get a law freaking dictionary. You're not an investor. An investor is an accredited investor. If you're not an accredited investor, guess what? They don't think you're an investor. You're called retail. They're not here to protect you. When they say they're putting in protections for investors, they're talking about accredited investors. And guess who they're protecting them against? You, against regular people, so that you can't come in and participate in their market, right? They put that fence up. You know, have you ever seen Snowpiercer? Be a shoe. They want you to be a shoe. They want you to, you know, not have access to the market, not have access to the global markets. Now, talking about all this on a regular basis is what got my very first channel taken down. So maybe we should stay off of those topics. The Gravel Institute says there is a solution to poverty. Just give people money. And Clown World responded, there's a solution when a show is just sold out. Simply sell more tickets. Kudex has a new farm. You know, right now, if you are extremely degen, right now is a great time to get into KuCoin and on the blockchain and on their chain and start buying up stuff on the cheap, because no one's over there doing anything. KC Pad is doing some stuff. Everyone else, the price is going down, the liquidity is going down. And the thing is like all these DeFi layer ones, the ones that are actually doing something or actually going to make it are the ones who have like, you know, follow the humble farming thesis, which basically means only go to blockchains that have money being given to them, right? Where they're paying you to borrow or paying you to do something. Like AVAX has all this AVAX that they're giving to DeFi places. Phantom, millions of dollars in Phantom being loaded in. Solana, same thing. What you're looking for and what we've seen is the layer ones that actually blow up are the ones that have like some sort of money market involved that's helping to produce things. So it's not just like all of our money, but also this institutional money in there that we're all grabbing a piece of. Those are the ones that are blowing up bigger than the ones who are not doing that, who are looking completely for the community to do it. Now with PulseChain, you can imagine PulseChain is going to blow the hell up right off the bat because they got $7 million in sacrifice money. So it's going to launch as one of the biggest DeFi chains out there. And with Richard Hart and his programmers being involved, I imagine it's going to be pretty damn tasty. So there's all that. Drip, now is probably a good time to get in a drip. I've been waiting for drip to get down to $3. Now, it's been a ways back that I had said to people, so people were trying to get me in when it was at like $30, and I'm like, this is not when you get into one of these type of platforms, into a passive platform type of situation, because what's happening is everyone who's being paid is dumping their tokens, right? They're getting paid in drip, and they sell their drip to get their BSC, and they want BSC while it's cheap, obviously. And this token has been, I mean, that's been its trajectory, right? So if we go, you know, year to date, it got all the way up to $38, but it's lived most of its life somewhere in the $20 range. But what I was saying to people at the time is, yes, there was all types of new implications. There was huge push by all the YouTubers who are big on drip, and they got that price up to $30, and people are still loading in. And even if you got 3 times the amount, right, with your 365 at 1% a day, how are you going to make that up? You know, it's at $6 now, and it's at 30. You're way past 3 times. You'll have to reinvest 100 times, or hydrate as they call it. So what I had said is, like, if this thing gets down to $3, then I'll go in. And I said that when I was at 30 to someone who, it's like, you know, it's going to go to 50. I'm like, you know, that's good for the people who are already in, who are already doing it. Great. I hope it goes to 50 for you. But I would never tell someone to load into a passive income opportunity after the coin has pumped up like that. Now, this thing gets down to $3, so it's halfway from where it is. I will be dropping a couple grand into Drip Network. And happily, I've been waiting for it to get there. So nice. Now you know where the money is coming from. Every day, 10 plus drip hits my wallet. 1% a day for 365 days of your total investment. Wow. Press your calculator if you're cool with it. Hit my DM and I'll guide you. Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, she's making good money, and I hope it keeps pumping out. I hope he got in cheap. Energy on the DeFi space are moving so quickly, we almost need a pause button. I think that is going to be NRG once they do get some liquidity pools over there. Going to be big things going on. Remember, those guys, the way that this whole thing is set up is they have a huge marketing budget. So this is a fork of Dash, and the way the Dash governance works is like a certain amount is spit out and then given to like a society that basically pays out through a governance, and they were the first big governance token, you know, or the governance ran platform or governance ran chain, and they basically use their little stash of cash, their DAO or whatever you want to call it, to pay promoters, to pay people to talk about Dash and all that. Well, they have a much bigger pump out of the total percentages spit out by the masternode or whatever, and from the chain to go into their fund, which allows them a lot more marketing and a lot more stuff along those lines. And they're a well-loved coin, and it's for a reason, and I hope they just keep integrating and growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Wallet accounts on BitTorrent exceed 279 million. Pretty damn cool. Wallet accounts on BitTorrent speed exceeded 279 million. BitTorrent Speed aims to incentivize more users to seed and share bandwidth with BTT. So there's a lot of different companies out there doing this, and some of them are now doing it private to where, you know, you're basically pooling all of our computer power and renting it out. And BitTorrent is, yeah, they are way out in front of that market. How many of you have stopped watching the news? Yeah, you should definitely stop watching the news. They ain't doing nothing but lying to you. So pretty awesome. Got a whole bunch more stuff I want to go over with you guys, but we'll catch that up on the next one. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Drop a little alpha on your head, and catch you on the next one. Out.